All right, so me and Veronica were given questions 2 and 4 from the review. Question 2 was basically just asking us to solve for the limits of different values along this graph. For 2a, it was asking us for the limit as x approaches -2 from the right side. And from the right, it's going, and we see that that is -4. It approaches -4, even though there's no, or it's a hole there. For b, it's asking for the limit as x approaches -2 from the left side. So we see it's going, and at y equals 5, that's what it's approaching, so 5. C is asking for the limit as x approaches -2, not from the left or right side, and because it approaches from two different values, the limit does not exist. And for D, it's asking for f of -2. There's a hole here at -2, but it does equal 5 at -2. For E, it's asking for the limit of f of x as x approaches 3 from the right. That would be 4. From the left would also be 4. And x approaches 4 from both sides. So for as x approaches 3 from the left and right, it would be 4. F of 3 does not exist though, because you can see there's a hole there. So f of 3 does not exist. And then it asks for J, is f of x continuous at x equals -2 and x equals 3? X equals -2, well, it approaches from two different values, so no. And then for x equals 3, we just answered that, no. For what values, for number 4, for what values of a is f of x equal to this piecewise function? We know that for it to be continuous, the limit from the left, or from the right hand side has to equal the limit from the left hand side. So basically, you just set these two equal to each other, so 2x squared equals ax plus 10, and we're evaluating for it at x equals 3. That's the point that we're wondering about, because we see here. So you substitute 3 in there, so 2 times 3 squared, 2 times 9, 18 equals 3a plus 10. Subtract the 10 from both sides, so you get 8 equals 3a. You get a equals 8 thirds as your answer. And there you go. That's questions 2 and 4.